Hi there, I'm Rebecca and a really warm welcome back to my channel PumpkinBecki. In this week's video we are going to be trying out the mini root assassin shovel saw combination. We're going to be using it on the hedgerow that goes round the woodland bed because that dogwood is starting to creep its way away from the hedgerow and I want to stop it. Let's get started. First of all, let's get ourselves acquainted with the mini root assassin shovel saw. It's the smaller sister of the root assassin shovel saw. It only weighs 2.2 pounds. It's made from industrial grade steel and then it's been powder coated in grey. Now I have already used this in my dad's garden up in his woodland, and the powder coating has already started to peel off where I've been working with it. That yeah, around the tip you can just see. That makes me a bit sad, but it did do what I wanted it to do in that space. It's fitted with a really sturdy plastic handle with a sort of, I suppose it's a siliconized grip, rubber grip, which does make it really nice and secure when you're using it. Bear in mind this is the mini version. It would have been nice if this handle had been slightly slimmer. I have very small hands and I find that slightly awkward to get hold of. As you look edge on, you should just be able to see that the teeth step in and out, and that means that as you're pushing the spade in, the teeth are cutting in one direction, and then as you pull out again, they cut again. The mini has a nice narrow head, so that means it's putting a lot of pressure through quite a small point, so it really drives into the ground. And it also makes it useful for digging amongst other things that you're trying not to disturb. I'm going to be using it in the woodland garden, which is very heavily planted with my hellebores, crocuses, narcissi. The hedge is great, but I want to keep it a bit more contained, and gosh, that dogwood is putting up suckers everywhere to get at it. And I hope this is going to get that job done for me. I've tried doing it with a normal spade. I cannot get a spade in, and that's mostly because I'm trying to dig around tree roots from the sycamore and the horse chestnut as well. It's also clay, chalk and flint out there, so really awful soil to be trying to dig through anyway. I've also tried using a hand trowel out there and that just goes nowhere. Even my lovely bronze one just doesn't stand a chance. Let's see what this beastie can do. Hopefully from here you can see the degree of the situation. Here's the hedge line, but everything here is coming up well away from the hedgerow. That's no good. I want to try and beat that back a little bit. So it's quite damp at the moment, so I have been able to get the border fork down into the ground and I can get underneath the privet, but I can't actually cut through it or get it out. It's sending out long suckers to put it up into the middle of the border here, what I want to do ideally is cut them off at the hedge line and be able to just pull the whole sucker out. Here's a piece of the privet that I have just dug up, and you can see exactly what it's doing. We have the stem coming down, we have the root that it is on, and you can see not only is it shooting at the base, it is also sending up suckers from the bottom, and it's these suckers that are helping it to travel so far into the bed away from the hedge. There's definitely a technique to using the root assassin. You're not trying to cut in and pivot the thing up. If you're trying to cut through the base here, it's definitely a push in, get right in at the base, pull back out, and it's that in out that is cutting through the roots. And you can see where the teeth have been shredding at the roots. In half an hour, hopefully you can see how much ground I have regained, which is fantastic. And they're all coming out to here, and now I've managed to push it back quite a long way. Obviously there's still some patches, but overall I'm incredibly pleased. Well, that was definitely half an hour's hard labour, but although I'm very tired, I know that had I tried to do that with a border fork, I would have got a lot less achieved, and I would not only be tired, but I would be very disheartened. I am not being paid to talk about this tool. I bought it myself, I researched it myself, but having read the reviews and its capabilities, I was convinced it could do what I needed it to do, and it has not fallen short at all. I am really pleased with it. I did try to cut through a branch with it at my dad's house. That did not go well. So you know, if you want to cut a branch, use a tree saw. But it was fantastic at uncovering some old steps that have got sort of covered in soil and composting leaves and ivy and all sorts of stuff all kind of crawling over it. In fact, it also had some sycamores growing in it and a holly. And I could use it, once I'd found the edge of the step, I could use it to slice away at that top layer and cut across. So it's actually quite a multifunctional tool. It doesn't just do what I wanted it to, it does have other uses as well. Tree sawing, not quite so much. Right, that's it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to rate, share and subscribe to me here on YouTube. Stay tuned midweek, there will be a fancy new Plant of the Week video coming up probably Wednesday, and that's going to be a regular thing. And until next time, bye!